Like you said, in this fight against corruption, you're challenging some very powerful people, a powerful establishment. Are you ever afraid for your life? Potential assassinations?
No. Tell me, what good is it to live life, I mean, in slavery? Look, there is a song by a Spanish singer called Nino Bravo. Just to be clear, he has already left this earth, so we can say he has passed on to the beyond. The song is called Libre. And the song, it tells the story of Peter Fetcher, an 18-year-old boy who, when the separation was made, and I mean, the construction of the Berlin Wall begins. His family ends up on the western side and he accidentally ends up on the eastern side. And for a whole year he plans his escape to the western side, right? And in that context, when he tries to escape, he gets murdered. So, really, what is the point of life if it's not in freedom, right? I mean, what is the point of living without fighting for your values? If I am willing to give my life for my values, then what is the point of living without freedom? Look, can I tell you something interesting that happened to me here in the United States? Let's say, back in the year 1998, I came to the United States to take a series of courses to improve my English, which I never use in formal terms because as president, as you can imagine, if I make a mistake, I can create a serious situation. Fortunately, I have an interpreter who is a superstar. And if I make a mistake even in Spanish, he corrects me in the version of the other language. And so back then, in that year, I went to San Francisco and I visited Alcatraz. You're young, but I mean, the visit was an audio tour. You got a Walkman, and you would choose the different tracks and listen to the story. The most interesting thing is that the Alcatraz tour ended in the recreation yard, where the basketball court, exercise areas, and all recreational facilities were located. So anyone would have thought that this was the best part of Alcatraz. And yet, what they said in the guide was that that was the hardest part for the inmates. Why? Because, I mean, that recreation area in particular is built in front of the San Francisco Bay. So the inmates could all see how San Francisco continued to build up and evolve and develop every day. While they were locked up in there, they couldn't take part in that. They were confined in that prison. And that made them fully aware of the value of freedom. So, in my experience, for me, the fight for freedom is relentless, okay? I mean, my greatest hero in all of human history is Moses. The feat of Moses is like one person alone with his brother, Aaron, both confronting the combined forces of the United States, China, and Russia together. And it was Moses who said to Ramses, "Let my people go." Well, Ramses resisted, and the forces of heaven ran him over. But what I mean is, I don't see any other possible way to live other than with freedom. And I would always fight for full freedom, and I would be at the forefront of this cause. I mean, it's a cause that I'm going to die with my boots on. I mean, I'm not going to make do with living any other way other than with freedom. I will fight everything I'm going to fight as much as it takes. At least that's the way I feel. So, what good is it to be alive if you're confined? What good is it to be alive if you're not free? It's no good. What good was it for Peter Fetcher to be alive in communist Germany? Well, at least he had a moment of happiness while he tried to escape.